Hi, we're Andy and Nancy. In 2020, we sold our house, quit our jobs. We bought a 45-foot MCI coach bus with 56 passenger seats inside and set out to turn it into our home. Since then, we've been traveling and working in Colorado. And now we've bought land in Tennessee where we're setting up a homestead.
There, I had to dig out for the water line. Steve knew the water line was there, so he shut the water off to the house before we, at the curb stomp before he cut this ditch, but I got it so it can be repaired now. Now I got to go down there and dig out where he came from both directions. House is really coming together. Quite a bit of stuff is done. Here, I'm gonna turn the camera around because you don't want to look at me, you want to look at the house. I'm doing this all wrong. I'll be back. Welcome back. So they put up a shelf here. I don't know how sturdy that stuff is on it, but it's designed to put plants on. And you can swing it out and get to the window. Swing it back in. Kind of neat. Super heavy duty chairs. I couldn't believe or stools. I couldn't believe how heavy they were. But I mean, it's still a mess. It's still a house in progress, but it's coming together. I really like the white in the bedrooms. They got televisions, and this is going to be an Airbnb, so they get to fully furnish it. Yeah, I liked how the bedrooms turned out white. I like that better than the wood look. I like the wood ceiling in here, but let's just go into the bathroom this way. I think there's still some caulking to do around the tub, but the bathroom is close to being done. Water heater's covered now. Yeah. This bedroom is, I guess the electrical panel still needs to go on, but the electrical panel cover, I should say. But it's coming together. Let's go outside. I'll show you what I'm working on today. Steve just ran to Lowe's. He should be back any minute now. Oh, he had to return to trencher too. So I guess he had two things to do. But I think I said it earlier, but he knew he was going to cut the water line, so he shut it off at the stomp valve, and we'll have to fix that. But we got the trench for the water to the RV, and then the trench for the sewer, or septic, whatever you want to call it. Can you see down in there? There's where it enters the septic tank at, and there'll be something probably about here will be the entrance for it, because you don't want it on the driveway, because you don't want to have to back over it. So but yeah, we're almost done. Oh yeah, this is what I did when Steve first left, is I finished running the two drains. So I didn't finish, I got them run inside though, the drains for the other two ACs. I got to just do the outside, but we'll plug that hole the same time we plug the hole for the electrical. Then I'll trim them to length after that. So I got that. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see in the crawl space, and I forgot to bring a flashlight, so I was using my phone as my flashlight down here. But you can see where the mini split line comes down through there, then it's connected, and then goes downhill to there. The other one comes from over that direction, comes down to it. You're gonna take my word for it. But that should work. It's a pretty good slope coming down. Almost should be up a little higher there, but it's, you gotta realize that that 90 there, it goes straight up the wall 10 feet, so that should help it. But that's where we're at. I think, I don't know if I'll be coming back to this house after today. To put this on high ride, we have to have it in drive, don't we? Or reverse. Probably should move this forward.
Yeah, doesn't look like that's gonna happen today. We haven't had the bus on in quite some time. Like since we got here 2 Decembers ago, December 2023. Yeah, we probably should have before now, but we figured we would, and started right up. Quite nice. Quite appreciate that when that works out like that, when it just starts right up. It's really nice when that happens. Oh, and the boys came on, Cameron and Silver came on, and they didn't seem to mind it at all.
Right rear between the bus right now.
Okay.
Which I could technically slide a 1/2-inch board into. I can't fit a 3/4-inch board into. I just tried because one was under there.
Okay.
It's close, but not quite. I think the back's got to come up a couple inches, though, don't you?
Yeah. Silver, you're gross. I went there. There we go. Now he's being cute. He was. He must be able to feel the camera through the window.
I don't think I need to turn down.
What you doing?
I gotta do it first. Oh shit, the door's not closed. Can you close the door for me? I can't let out the brake. Okay. Is it not a little high ride with the parking brake on?
No, I don't think so.
I'm in reverse, so at least if I slip, we go backwards, not forwards to the van.
Are you on the brake?
Yeah, I'm on the brake. I'm on the brake hard. Very hard. Parking brake's back on. We're back in neutral. It'll stay on high ride for me. Okay. I'm gonna go and block this up and then I'll be back.
Hey, kiddo. What do you think of this? Do you think spending the summer in a van was a good thing? You come on up. Do you think spending a couple months in the van was a good thing? Yeah.
We're gonna be about 2.5 inches higher in the back now. 3/4 of an inch higher in the right rear.
Those are just the brakes, sweetheart.
I was up in our backyard, which is most of what you see behind me here is our backyard, and I was playing around the other day. Nancy was playing in one of the garbage piles and found a whole bunch of cool old glass, but I found something pretty cool too. Check this out. So our property line is between those two trees, like right back there at the frontage road on the back of our property. When I was back here, I saw one of these, what I thought was a dead tree. Where's it at? Oh, this one doesn't, yeah, right there. But there's barbed wire attached to it, and I realized it's not a tree, it's a fence post. And makes sense because it's, you know, there's the property line, and then like right there. And then when I look this direction, you see something leaning right there, and this one has had a tree fall on it, but there is barbed wire. Yeah, right there you see a loop of barbed wire attached to it. And then let's just keep going for a walk, because I can see another one right there and another one. So everything to the left of this fence line is ours, and then this is Carolyn's over here. So I'm technically on Carolyn's property right now. But there's another fence post, more barbed wire. That's number 3. Lots of barbed wire on this one. This one's number 4. Here we have number 5, a little bit of barbed wire. Oh man, ouch. These thorns are just as bad as barbed wire coming through here. Oh, I just lost count. Well, here's another one. Man, what number was I on? Oh, I know. So the angled one is 2nd. 3, 4, 5. This is number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Really cool one there, number 9. Middle of these pine trees. I think there's 1 or 2 missing as I get through here. Okay, I see a 10th one up there. Is there one here I missed? On the ground even? I don't see one. There's definitely one missing. That might have been one. Probably not with this one. Here's number 10. There's number 11. Might as well walk on my property. Take the high road. Number 12. Straight in line with them, yeah. Because here's where Nancy was mining. And this is where I found the first fence post at too. This one right here, number 13, was like in the middle of this pile, which makes me not even know whose pile we're mining here. Because it's literally like right about there. Oh, I forgot what number I was on again. Well, I'm gonna have to go back. I'll just start over at number 1 here, which is, I think there's 2 more of them up here. It's pretty thick right there. That must have been 11 because I think there's 13. Here's number 12. Barbed wire hanging off of it. And then I go this direction. Let's get these in line again now. I got off track. I think I'm supposed to be over here. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. 11, 12. Was that what we're at? Then I turn this direction and go straight that way. Maybe it was just 12 of them. Maybe I don't know how to count. I've already proven in this video I don't know how to count. It would be right along this ridge here where the hill is. And then there's the back of Carolyn's house. The property line goes to there, then jogs over and then goes there. Her property fans out that direction. Maybe I only counted 12 of them. I don't know if I missed one. I know there's not one in this section. I did not get that close. Either way, it was kind of fun finding all of those old fence posts out there. And I'm supposed to be out there looking for 2 new posts so I can hang the shade cloths up. So what I should do is come out with the chainsaw and find a couple of cedar trees that are dead but standing. Like that one right there. That'll make a good post. I got a lot of them out here. This one, that one. And we have other ones that are dead and recently fallen down, like that one. I got to come out here and mine and get all the cedar I can. And anything that's good for a fence post will be a fence post. And I'll need a couple of tall ones, more telephone pole, like this one's probably too small. And put them out in the yard so I can hook the shade cloth to them and walk underneath them. There's Nancy's favorite tree on the property. Big old cedar. I don't know where the best way is to see it. Maybe right here. It's the one tree that I know has been on the property since the first aerial footage in '56 maybe. I don't know, I'll have to go back online and figure out the year, but that tree and 2 other trees were on the property at that point. The rest of this was, well, this was a garden. Then there was these row of 3 trees, and then back here was some sort of farm field. But it went from fence line to fence line, and it was, but yep, none of these trees are older than the 1950s, except for this one. And maybe there's one on the fence line over there that I don't know if it's an original or not. Sucky thing about trees is you gotta cut it down to count the rings. And counted this way and got 37 rings. I counted this way and got 38 rings. Don't look at how I overcut my hinge. Gravity was taking this tree where it went. I was being a little lazy. But I'm off track. Either way, it's like 37, 38 years old, which would put it at that mid 80s where this was a garden. So the biggest, oldest tree here that was mostly dead is, 38 years old. None of these trees were really going to live longer than that I've cut down. Looking straight into the sun. I used to make my kids do this when we were taking photos, so they were front lit and they'd always get mad at me. Different story altogether though. There's a piece of scrap here from the house we worked on. It was for the railing around the deck, and this is just what's cut off of the 4-foot wide section. I'll turn it around, you'll see it better. So this is I don't know how long these are, 12 foot maybe, whatever it is. But I got to nip off all of these little edges, because when it was cut for this is the section that's missing here. Either way, it's going to go right here. I already set it up there to see how it works. It'll work well, but these things they're going to take out an eye before the summer's done. So I'm going to cut them off, and then I'm going to figure out how to attach it to those 2 barrels. I think it's pretty flat right now. I had to bend it to get in the van. I think it's more than 12 feet now that I think about it too. I think it's 18. Oh well, let's see how it looks. Let's go find some lumber. Got a bunch of cedar scraps under here. A lot of like these 4x6s were all like 12 to 16 foot boards, and now they're all like 3 to maybe 7 feet, 3 to 6.5 feet, something like that. Some siding boards. I don't even know what they came from. These came out of a dumpster from a different construction site. It wasn't even one I was working on, just happened to steal them. Yeah, but these, I think these are long. They're 2x2s they're rough on 3 sides, and they have one because they were ripped off of a, I don't know, 2x6, 2x8, something that was too wide that needed to be ripped. But I think they'll get. I don't know if I have 4 of them though. Got 3 of them for sure. Oh yeah, I got a couple more under here if they're long enough. Generally, I put the longest stuff at the bottom. There's 4 of them. Measuring outside, I think I go like 5'4", 5'6". Let's see what these boards are. I think they're 10. Which means I'll probably just go 5 foot. The boss is still taking a nap. I think I'm just gonna clean. That's probably the best thing I could do right now.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. You don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's float for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you.
So while editing this video, I realized that we don't have any footage of putting the drywall on the ceiling in that building that we paneled. It was a huge pain in the ass. It was one of the worst things I've ever done. And I told Andy that if he ever needs help on a job again, I'm more than willing to help him. More than willing. The paneling was fine, the trim was fine, even the painting at the house that he did was fine. But this drywall, I will never help with drywall again, ever. And we didn't even do mudding and taping. He wanted the seams covered with the same paneling strips, the same trimmed strips that we did the walls with. So we didn't even have to do mudding and taping, but it was such a pain. I will never ever do drywall again. And I've told Andy if we build any kind of tiny house here for the kids to stay in or his parents to stay in or anything like that, either we're not doing drywall or I'm just not helping with it because it was a pain in the butt. Andy was having such a hard time with the first piece that just was not working that he got pissy and said, just turn the camera off. And I said, okay. So I turned the camera off and fully intended to go back and turn it back on, but just completely forgot about it. And we have pictures of the finished product, but we do not have any footage of us actually putting the drywall on the ceiling. Sorry. Something I haven't talked about in any of our videos since, well, at all, ever, is that I joined Andy on his carnivore diet probably like 3 months after he started. I went full carnivore, completely carnivore. I still struggled with sugar for a long time. I mean, honestly, up until like last month, I struggled with sugar hard. That sugar addiction is real. Wow. But it's beatable. And since I started carnivore with Andy, I feel better, like all around. My body feels better, my head feels better. I don't have allergies. I don't wake up with a stuffy head anymore. I don't have inflammation in my mouth. I had read one time that if you bite your cheeks, that means you've got inflammation inside of your mouth, and that's usually from sugar, because sugar causes serious inflammation. Throughout your whole body, sugar causes inflammation. If you have inflammation, if you have, you know, swollen sinuses or anything at all, ditch the sugar for a good month, and you'll see how much better you feel. So I noticed that I don't have that anymore. One of the things that I have been really waiting to do is try on some of these clothes that I've been carrying around with me for 15 years. This dress that I just tried on was one of my absolute favorite dresses. And let me 15 years. 15 years. It's been 15 years since I could wear this dress. Like, it's actually, there's some room here. Like, I actually have room here. I have room. There's room. There's room in this dress. I can't even tell you how good it feels after 15 years of getting down to a size 8 and then struggling to stay that way because I got that way in a really bad way. I was walking and jogging and riding a bike 10 to 20 miles a day and doing a workout in the morning or 2 because I was absolutely motivated to lose all of the weight that I had put on since I had both of the kids. And I did it. I did it. I got down to a size 8 and felt great, and then it was really hard to maintain because of the way that I did it. And then I went to work at 101 Market in a greenhouse full of people who were just like me with their sugar addictions, and walking into work and seeing a dozen donuts on the table. My willpower and my sugar addiction, I didn't change the way I ate back then. I mean, I ate healthier food, but not as much sugar, but I didn't stop having sugar. I didn't, you know, not make the brownies and not have the birthday cake and not buy the mini Cadbury eggs on my way to work that day. I did all of those things. And at work, I had a wonderful coworker who used to bring in the best snacks. Thank you, Jill, for all those eggs, all the snowballs. The snowballs. You brought the snowballs in because we didn't work over Easter. So no more snowballs, no more M&Ms, no more, honestly, anything. I don't eat anything. It was way easier once I realized that eating that stuff actually did affect me negatively. I mean, I knew it was bad for you. I know it's all carcinogenic and causes liver issues and kidney issues and all kinds of stuff. If you actually look at the realities of what is in our food, you would never want to eat anything that's in the standard American diet. I'm wearing a dress that I haven't worn in 15 years, and it's almost too big for me to wear. It feels so good to just be able to put clothes on and look at myself in the mirror and feel good about myself. Because there have been times over the last 15 years that I really did not feel good about myself. And it's all my own issues with the food that I eat and everything else going on. And you know, was it yesterday already? No, it was the day before yesterday. Or was it yesterday? Yesterday I sat on the couch. So It's the week before my period, and always I'm starving the week before my period. And I was sitting on the couch yesterday and I told Andy, all I want to do is go to town and get a bag of pizza rolls. Or, you know, a loaf of gluten-free bread. That Walmart, I know their stuff is full of, I know everything gluten-free and is processed and full of crap. But Walmart is the Walmart Great Value brand is the only, no, it's not Great Value. It's like their marketplace or whatever it is. The Walmart brand gluten-free bread is the only gluten-free bread that I have been able to find in a store that actually has the consistency, texture, and taste of bread. Real bread. It doesn't fall apart when you eat it. You can toast it. You can make a grilled cheese with it. Yesterday we went to Walmart and it was a struggle for me to not get the pizza rolls and to not get the loaf of bread. There's a reason I don't like to go grocery shopping by myself. And because my willpower is stronger when I have Andy there and I can feel his judgy energy coming at me. You don't really want that. You don't really want that. Anytime I pause at something I don't really want. But that old part of my brain is like, I just want something I can throw in the microwave. I just want something I can quick throw in the oven. I don't have to cook it. I mean, like, I don't have to prepare it. And I don't have to, you know, mess around with anything. I can just dump it on a tray and throw it in the oven. Chicken patties, oh my God. Tyson chicken patties on the cheapest white bun with mayo. Like the most amazing thing that you can eat when you're hungry. But it's not good for me. It doesn't make me feel good when I'm done with it. And that's what I noticed. When we went up to Minnesota, I didn't feel good after I ate all the stuff I don't eat. When we went up for Andy's class reunion, they had these chocolate desserts that were like a cross between fudge and a brownie. They were the most amazing things I have ever eaten. And when I realized people really weren't eating off the dessert table and it was the end of the night and they were starting to clear everything up, we went over and stood by the dessert table and I kept eating the candy. And Tony, you'd know because you brought me the last piece and went and got me a fork so I could have all of it. Thank you, by the way. That was delicious. So I finally decided what kind of fabric I want to use on the couch cushions. I mean, we've had a couch since 2022 and it's taken me this long to realize that I just want to use the fabric that I bought for the ceiling panels, that I'm not going to use up the ceiling panels anymore. But it's perfect for the couch and I have a lot of it. I guess maybe the reason I have all the extra fabric I have is because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get any with JoAnn closing, and that's the only place near us that has fabric. Our Walmart just remodeled and got rid of all their by the yard fabric, all of it. All of it. All you can get are fat squares and quarters and jelly rolls and 2-yard cuts and 1-yard cuts, like pre-cut. It's really disappointing, and I didn't have enough money to scoop up all the by the yard stuff when they cleared it all out. So, and I don't have any money to run down to JoAnn's and buy anything that's on sale there either. So I'm glad that I bought an entire bolt of the fabric for the ceiling, like never used, brand new. And I also bought an entire bolt of the white marine vinyl that I want to use on the ceiling instead, and I'm going to use it on the wall panels that are visible. The whole reason we bought it was for the wall panels, but I realized I want to use it on the ceiling with the blue couch and the blue cabinets. I didn't want to have blue on the ceiling too. Oh, that's why Frank's face smells like butt.
See if this shows up on camera here, but that post and 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 that post, they're all just floating. All of the center posts of this deck are not touching the ground. I'm assuming they had bricks underneath them that have shifted and moved. Yeah, that one is... I don't know how this deck is standing. I guess the outer boards are all touching the ground. Of course, it's darker under there than out here. I've never seen a wireless deck before.